I'm live. It says so right here on my screen. If I was ever doubting it, I don't have to doubt it now because my phone tells me explicitly that I am live. And so far, hey, Chef Tammy. All right, Chef Tammy, chef by night, investigator. Hello, welcome to the Law of Attraction Scope. Wow, I am really close to the camera, aren't I, today? Melanie Dull is here. It's so great to see you every year. I just wanted to rhyme that. Every day would be better every scope. Wow. Good morning, good morning. Okay, you know what? I didn't bring my freaking readers. And I bought 3 more pairs while I was here because I left them all in in LA. Hi, Rob. Good to see you here. Edna Dom. And let's see, where am I? I am now in Atlanta. I will tell you the whole story here in just a few minutes. Thank you for the hearts. I just love hearts just for the sake of, you know what, I'm really glad I'm here, and I'm grateful for your scopes, or whatever it is that you mean when you do those hearts. Or maybe you just like the scenery. Only 8 hours from you. Well, yeah, so I'm here actually in Atlanta visiting my son, which I do, every 4 to 6 weeks, hopefully, when I can. And I'm actually here broadcasting from a friend of mine's house, and this is a guy I stay with when he was an old friend of mine. I've known him for almost 30 years. And when I come out to Atlanta, I hang with him, and we get to catch up and all that. And he just moved into a new place, which is just beautiful. It's just has such a great feeling. I mean, up dog live, up dog. What's up, dog? Life. Has such a great vibe. I just can't even tell you. Magnus. Hold on. Well, they invited followers, so I have to. Magnus. He's not provided a profile description. Well, thank you for the sharing. I would appreciate if everyone would do that. We've only got 10 of you today. What's up with that? Has somebody got a case of the Mondays? Come on now. I really want to talk about this topic today. So let's see if we can do some sharing, shall we? Hey, I have a little bit of an announcement. Last Wednesday, we did our first Blab broadcast with one of my coaches. It was Nori Love, and we talked about self-love and happiness, and I thought it went really, really well. Is anybody on there? Anybody here on there? If you did, just say yes or whatever, and let me know if you enjoyed it, because we really had a great time. Some of us are bad and scope while at work. Ooh. I scope at work all the time. Ha, ha, ha. So look, sorry about the Song of Shunammite. I like that. That just sounds like, hold on, I have to check out a little profile action. Amber Hall, consultant for Purium. Purium, I don't know what Purium is, although it sounds familiar. Yes, you need to set up a blab. Everybody needs to set up a blab. It's a really fun way to take this to a different level of interaction, although I still love the Periscope thing. You missed the blab. Well, it's out there on the replay. And yeah, I thought that Nori was brilliant. Honestly, I wasn't sure what we were going to talk. I mean, we knew what we were going to talk about, but I had never Web Evie had not done that with her or anyone really. So it was kind of like, well, let's see how this works. And I thought it went really, really well. So I was very happy with what we talked about there. This Wednesday, I am introducing you to a woman named Suzanne Gardner. She's not one of my coaches, but she's a woman that Lynn and I have worked with. And the topic of that blab, and I want you to listen to this, and then hopefully you'll go and subscribe and be a part of it on Wednesday. The topic of that blab is going to be connecting. It's about connection, really. Connection, not just with other people, although that's a big part of it, but also connection with your body, like listening to what your body is telling you and how you can benefit from that. Like so many of us just don't think about it, and this is just how we get around. We're just moving around and how we interact with our physical, but our body is communicating with us all the time. Hi, Neil Nolan 3. Thank you for joining. It's great to have you here. If you guys aren't following me, I would love it if you did, if you're interested in the top. Side note, but your interview with Andy Shaw was life-changing for me. Man, I'm telling you, it was life-changing for me. Every time I talk to that guy, my life shifts a little bit. Andy Shaw is the bomb ditty. I'm telling you. You guys, he's the one, he's really, truly one of the few things where I just don't beat around the bush when I say, go buy this person's thing. Go buy Andy Shaw's Bug-Free Mind. You can go to bobdoylelikethis.com/bug-free, I think. Anyway, let me get back to Suzanne. So this conversation is about connection with your body and other people through a game that she's created called the Connections Cards Game. And we're going to talk about that on Wednesday. It's not going to be a super long blab. I just want you to get introduced to the concept of it and then, let you experience a little bit. Listening to one of us, oh, I missed it. Oh, that's very nice. Well, I'm afraid I'm going to have to, that's the first block I have done in, I can't even tell you. I mean, it's been months since I've done a block, but hey, you know, it's fun. I gotta keep my block chops up, right? What does Lynn say? Block, bless, bye-bye, something like that. Anyway, let's get back to the topic at hand. So I'm inviting you to Block and Strong. I'm inviting you to subscribe to that so you can be a part of it on Wednesday. Yeah, how rude is right? Claire does copy. It's okay. It doesn't faze me. So go to blab.im/Bob Doyle Secret, and that will be the one scheduled broadcast to subscribe to. And I think it's like, I can't even remember. It's the only one. So just go to blab.im/Bob Doyle Secret and join us on Wednesday. I think I promise you haven't ever experienced anything like this. This is not like anything out there, really. So we're going to talk to Suzanne. Now, the topic today is, you're watching The Secret now. Wow. I haven't watched that in several years, but I think it's about time maybe that I did again. Follow you. Well, let's find out why we should, James. Well, what James' profile says is Los Angeles. So I guess if you're interested in Los Angeles, you can follow James. Anyway, James, welcome. So today, the topic of conversation is putting yourself first. Is that selfish or ... And then, of course, because the title was too long. Or is it necessary? That's really where I was going with that. Or essential, or any other word that means kind of that. And so, there is this, I'm sure we all know people who are wonderful people. They're really wonderful people. But they put they have trouble putting themselves first. They're all about taking care of others, even to the detriment of themselves. Sorry, I thought my phone was going to blow over. I'm here in Atlanta. We've got wind and rain and all kinds of wonderful things. It's Divine Matrix. Awesome. So now, since I'm getting into the content, I can't read. That's you. Okay. Well, good. Let's listen up here. So I can't read the comments as much, or as you know, I just get completely derailed. So yeah, you give and you give and you give, because that may be what you've taught, to self-sacrifice or whatever. And I've known people like that my whole life. And it's really hard to watch a person who you care about, who is so giving and is coming from such a place of love, do it to the detriment of themselves. Because as much as you want, if you are that person, as much as you want to give, as much as you want to help others and contribute value, unless you are putting yourself first in all aspects, like self-care, health, self-love, like we talked about last week, then you're actually cheating the people that you're trying to help, because you don't have all of you to give. Okay? Putting yourself first isn't about being egotistical or arrogant. That's not what we're talking about. It's not about being selfish. It's not about putting yourself first to the detriment of others. It's about putting yourself first for the benefit of others. Right? So, many of us in today's society don't take care. Oh, Lynn, I love you too. At Lynn Rose, ladies and gentlemen. Let's all follow her on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, swipe, follow. Okay, awesome. Lynn is the love of my life and a great support to me. And also a brilliant, just brilliant in general, in all areas of life. And a lot of you probably know her. A lot of you probably found me because of her. But if you're not following Lynn, I'd love for you to do that. And we're going to get her periscoping again like she used to. She used to be a multi-time-a-day scoper. And then we both got super, super active. And now what we're trying to do is we're very dedicated to being less busy. And this is an example for myself of Lynn and I are both very committed to our own self-care by putting ourselves first, so that we can be better out there with people like you and other people we come into contact with, because we realized that we have been running ourselves ragged, basically, right? We got to get this done, staying so busy. We've been doing a lot of traveling around and all of that. And so I have invited some sort of, in my case, for example, I've got this cough that I've had for like a month, and I have done nothing about it except have it and take cough medicine over the counter, because I've got this whole conversation around, I don't need to go to the doctor, right? Well, it's time. And so when I get back to LA, one of the checklist items I have for putting myself first is I'm going to go get this thing checked out. It's probably no big deal, but whatever it is, go get it checked, get it out of my system so I can have the energy I need, have the sustainability, because right now I'm falling asleep in the middle of the day. I'm tired, and that's just not good. And I'm trying to keep staying busy. Hello, off O1. Yeah, so I got to take care of myself because I owe it to the people who I'm trying to reach. And that is true for each of you as well. If you have people in your life who you want to impact, in a positive way, you got to take care of yourself first. You have to put yourself first. Tend to your own needs. Get your private time, have your space, take time for yourself, self-care, exercise, eat right, get enough sleep. All of these things are so. Have you put your attention on its source? The source of the cough? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean. I agree. You get more every time you watch the LOA. I think it should be updated, including the creating part. Are you talking about The Secret? Yeah. Sorry about that. So yeah, I mean, it's really important. Obviously, every time I do a law of attraction scope, I extend an invitation to the viewers, and it's usually about being aware. And so this is another opportunity for you to shift some awareness to how you're prioritizing yourself and your needs. And do you have a conversation that your needs are less important than others? How many of you? Yes, I was in The Secret, Bob. I believe I was. I'll have to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure I was there. Are you a person who, what was the question I had? Wow, it was an awesome question. I got to stop reading these comments, even when they're from Lynn. Are you a person who knows that you put others before you? That's not the question. I had a much better question, but it was something along those lines because somebody already answered that question. Anyway, I'm just really wanting you to shift awareness to times during your day when you find yourself going, this is what I really feel like I need, but instead I'm going to do this for somebody else. Now look, obviously there are times in your life when you will put someone else's needs before you for a good reason, in that moment. But what I'm talking about is a way of being where everybody else is more important than you. Because if you are interested in the law of attraction and manifesting and creating the life you desire, look, I'm sorry, guys, you got to love yourself. You got to put yourself first. You got to see yourself in the big picture. That's how you will bring the greatest benefit to, you got to put your first at times. Where you were saying you have to put yourself first at times, something like that. Yeah, I did it again. Total train. I'm just a train that jumps the tracks every time I look at comments. But I can't help it. You guys are here, and I wanna. I think you get the point, though. It's not a very difficult concept. But I'm saying that if you are saying that everyone else across the board, or at least most people, or even your family and friends, are more important than you, then you are giving away some of your most essential energetic power, your ability to, it's a deserving issue. If you really think that everybody else's needs are more important than you, how is it that you're going to get into alignment with a feeling of deserving that you get exactly what you want? Because my contention is that if you're a person who puts other people before you, your needs are less than theirs, then you're always going to compromise your vision. You're not going to allow yourself to even envision the thing that you really most passionately want because you don't feel you're the number one priority. I believe that if you think like that, then you would say, well, I want this vision unless somebody else wants something else, right? Unless so-and-so wouldn't like it. That's not putting yourself first. This all ties into this huge overriding theme that I hit on all the time, and that is this. This is your life. Are you going to live your life or are you going to live somebody else's life? Every single other person, these people that you're taking care of, you have to give them the power to put themselves first. And if you keep coming in and rescuing people, and again, I'm not talking about doing nice things for people, like taking care of somebody when they're sick or whatever, when you'd rather be doing something else. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a way of being where across the board, it's like, oh, my kids are more important than me. That's a very common parental way of being. I've seen it very closely. Like anything and everything for my kids, even to my own detriment. But what happens there is then you just wear yourself down and you can't be the best parent you can be. You don't have it in you anymore. You've given more than you have. and you have to take care of yourself so that you can bring the best, so that the time that you have helping other people is when you're in your best. And here's another thing to consider from a quantum point of view, if you're thinking that it's selfish. Remember that we're all one. We're all connected. You, me, the universe. We're all part of the same ocean of energy. So it's not this whole individual thing, like myself, it's just me. That's an illusion. So what you're really doing is you're just making, so you're kind of in charge of this little cluster of energy that is you, your body and your soul and your spirit and all these things that you touch. Your consciousness, this gift of being a human being, has given you this. You're sort of in charge of this. It's your responsibility to take care of it. That's your goal. That's your job in the universe, is take care of this and make sure that it can do its best and put forth all the value that it possibly can. That's how you're going to help people the most. And this whole idea is that you'll just sacrifice your own well-being for the benefit of others is not what you're designed to do. And you're sacrificing a huge percentage of the life that you are here to live. It's faulty thinking. It is faulty thinking to think that everybody else is more important than you, even if it's your family, your spouse, your children. Yes, they're wildly important. They are as important as you. We're all important. We all deserve the best. We all deserve to feel good, to be healthy, to be happy, to love and be loved. We all deserve that, every one of us. And so for some reasons, a lot of times, we learn this whole, martyr might be a strong word, but the whole self-sacrificing or what's the term, Lynn? You know what I'm talking about? Abandonment, self-abandonment, right? For the benefit of other people and all of that. It just weakens us. It weakens our strength. It weakens, and we can feel it. But we've learned that that's appropriate. We've learned it somehow. Some religions teach it. Some, it's just some people's value system that everyone else is more important than you. And then what? Because you know what? The fact of the matter is, all these people you're trying to rescue, if they need rescuing, they're in a weak spot too. You weakening yourself to go help them isn't, now again, this is not like sick people, all of that. I'm talking about just people walking around in life who will refuse to claim their power or are manipulative or just basically take advantage of you. They're not in their power. They're looking for you to rescue them. They're not going to be happy. They're not going to be fulfilled. It's never going to be enough for them. And meanwhile, you're giving away this huge percentage of who you could be, helping people who are ready to receive the best version of you. Is this all making sense? Hopefully you're saying, I agree, or it could be, you don't know what you're talking about, because I'm not reading them. You weaken them by helping them and not giving them the opportunity to help themselves. Yes, that's true. That's right. Absolutely. And again, we're not, I know I keep overemphasizing this. I just don't want anybody to get the idea that I'm saying, don't help other people. That's not what I'm saying at all. I want you to help other people when you are at your strongest, when you are at your best. Yes, the airlines say, put your mask on first. That's exactly, what a wonderful analogy. Thank you for that. Can I get you? Yes, pensive TM, pensive, constantly contemplating life, the universe, and everything. 42. Boy, I don't know if I'm reading that right. Tony. I think that's what he's saying that his name is. I'm really sorry. I didn't bring my readers. Anyway. All right. So how many of you here, and I know a couple of you have already chimed in, can relate to this? Feel like you give more of yourself than you should? I just kind of want to see yes, 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 yes. That's me, whatever. If that's you. Yeah. Bizlone Queen, invited followers. Thank you. Yeah, isn't that interesting? Because you know what? We're all good people. People who come to this scope, except that one guy I had to block. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? We're all good people. We want to help people. It makes sense. And we've learned, sacrifice, etc. But the fact of the matter is that's just not, we need to be in our full energy to be able to have the most impact. And so all of you who said, yes, I offer you this challenge, this invitation to, again, catch yourself when you are doing that, when you have given yourself away, when you've given away your power, and you'll feel it, especially if I can get you to become aware of it, okay? be observant of it. When you find yourself, now you may not know what to do in the moment because you may be in a habitual situation and you find yourself doing it with somebody and you're not going to just abandon them in the moment. But that's an opportunity for you to go, okay, this is a situation where I constantly do this. What can I do to reclaim my own power? How can I handle this situation differently? And look, when you start to do that, you may come up against because a lot of this giving yourself away is driven by some sort of resistance, and then that ties back into identifying the area of resistance. Where did that come from? Use EFT or some other release technique to eliminate it and move through that. But right now, I'm two things: inviting you to be aware of when you do that, and realize, I promise you, you are not serving people by doing that. They may feel like you are in the moment because they've got your attention, they've got some of your energy and all of that. Oh, really? You're writing an ebook on that? Well, keep in touch with me when you do that, because if it's, if I feel like it's a really good fit or, in alignment with how I have this conversation, I'm happy to share that. So, anyway, so that's really, gosh, thank you for the hearts. It's so pretty over there, all those different colors. So yeah, that's it. I just really want, because, like I said, Lynn and I are really committed to this, and for our relationship, for her and my relationship. So if you're in a relationship, it could be family, it could be a spousal relationship, it could be just boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. I challenge you both to take on taking care of yourselves as individuals, putting yourselves first, not in a I'm more important. I'm, you know what I'm talking about, not the ego, arrogant way. It's like to be the best you can be. Self-care, physically, take care of yourself, eat the right foods, all of that stuff. Be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up over things. Forgive yourself for things that you need to forgive yourself for, And when you find people pulling at you and taking more energy than you have to give, be able to say no. Or later, when I recharge, when I'm ready. It's okay to do that. Now, if a person is used to you always just giving and giving to them, in that taking advantage of some kind of way, they may not like it at first. So you have to make a decision. Is their not liking it more important than you doing what you know you need to do for yourself? Hopefully the answer is no. They'll thank you later, or they won't. And then you'll know that, wow, I was really giving energy in a direction I didn't need to be giving it because they're not grateful for it. And it's not really having any kind of impact anyway. So, all right. That's pretty much it for this topic. Now, I want to remind you again, I mentioned it at the beginning. So Wednesday, now, we do these Law of Attraction scopes were Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now, these periscopes are now Monday and Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific. And on Wednesdays now, I'm doing a blab.im/Bob Doyle Secret. And each week I'm going to have a guest, basically. For the most part, it's going to be my coaches, one of my coaches, and we're going to talk about a Law of Attraction related topic. I'm going to take care of that cough, I promise. It's one of the first orders of business when I get home. And then this Wednesday, I'm going to introduce you to Suzanne Gardner, and we're going to talk about this game she's created called the Connections Cards game, which allows you to connect and communicate really with your body, but also and hear what your body is telling you, because it has very important messages that you're probably ignoring, like mine. What could it be telling me, right? But other things too. And it's like how your body responds in particular situations. So it's all this. It's very, very interesting. You're just going to have to be there, and we're going to talk through it and show you how you can get a taste of how the game works. It's a game that you play with other people so that you can, again, connect with not only your body, but also with them on a much deeper level because of the kind of conversations you'll have as a result of playing these games. It's this free-flowing thing. We're going to talk all about it. What is this cough telling? No more cigars. Yeah. I had my last cigar about 30 years ago. Back then it was like all my friends were like, yeah, it's cool to smoke cigars. And so I'm like, okay, that's cool. How can you do this? You wake up in the morning the next day with that cigar taste in your mouth. I don't get it. But I guess that's true with cigarettes too. Don't get that either. But anywho, no, this was not. I went to Montreal to go do that a broadcast with Christy Whitman, and the weather changed up there, and I got kind of a cold, and I just haven't shaken the cough for a month. And now it's kind of deep, and I do a lot of voice work too, and it's getting to be where I read 2 lines, and I have to and then get my voice back. So anyway, do I need to follow another Periscope? You and Lynn have so many. No, we each have just one Periscope channel right now. We consolidated all of our other ones so that it would be easier, and we delineate what we're talking about with the subject line. That's it, or a hashtag or something like that. So just follow me here. Bob Doyle Secret, and then also at Bob Doyle Secret on Blab and Twitter would be awesome. So again, to join me and Suzanne on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern, blab.im/Bob Doyle Secret. It's the only scheduled broadcast I have right there. And just subscribe to that and you'll get a reminder. Okay? Yeah, and those Canadian germs are hardy. This is kind of a, normally when normally I do not get sick, but when I get a little bug or something, I generally get this cough, and it generally lasts really a long time. It's just one of the, and I was talking to my dad, and he has the same thing. We both do voiceover and things like that, and we're both very similar. But he has the same thing. He gets a cough, and it's like, oh gosh, this is going to be around for a while. And it's not really affecting my voiceover stuff as much as it is like ukulele. I can't sing with this. As soon as I try to sing a song, I'm coughing like crazy. What could that mean? Could it be a self-expression thing? My God, resistance. Anyway, look, I'm gonna let you all go on about your day. I'm not even sure what time it is. But I hope that you will take what I said to heart today and learn to put yourself first in a very positive way so that you can, in fact, serve others and the rest of the world in the way that you are here meant to do. You are definitely here to be a healthy and whole individual, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, and that means putting yourself first. We have a very negative connotation of that in some parts of society about what that means, but it is not a selfish thing. It is what is intended. So, yes, I blab on Wednesday at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Pacific. I'm no good for anything at 10 p.m. You can ask Lynn, except for maybe watching TV and cuddling. All right. Anyway, yeah, but work, no. Or that's not really true. Lynn and I may do our Fun with Bob and Lynn stuff at 10 p.m. That's when we get silly, and then the uke comes out, and we just goof off. So, yeah, 10 a.m. Pacific, Monday and Friday here on Periscope, and 10 a.m. Pacific on Wednesday at blab.im/Bob Doyle Secret. Okay, you guys are awesome. I hope that you'll all subscribe and that we will see you on Wednesday. I'm very excited about this. It's a very cool. It's very, very different. It's very different. I promise you, it's very different. And I like different. I always like introducing people to new things. So we're going to have fun on Wednesday. And then, the great thing about Blab is if you have questions or want to comment or participate, you can jump in if that's how it all is appropriate. Okay, what is the name again? Well, blab.im. Yeah, sure, that's okay, but you can watch the replay. Blab.im/Bob Doyle Secret. We'll be talking on Wednesday to Suzanne Gardner about her Connections Cards game and how it can benefit you in terms of connecting with your body, learning to communicate with your body, getting what it's trying to tell you, and also a deeper connection with others. So it'll be a really awesome thing because that is, again, very closely integrated into your ability to manifest using the law of attraction. Thank you, Lynn Rose, for posting that. The URL, I forgot what it was called there for a second. All right, everyone, I'm going to run along now and drink some water, and I will talk to you and see you on Wednesday. Bye, everybody.